All right, hey guys, it's Miss Ski, and I am going to be teaching you how to use the technique called Pointillism. Now, this should be week 2 of the month of April for you to work on this, so I'm going to be teaching you this technique. Now, with Pointillism, it's basically a technique using tiny dots which become blended in the viewer's eyes. So it's shading, but just with dots. No lines, no anything else. It's just dots. You could draw, but the shading has to be in dots. So for the day 2 in the April Doodle Challenge, it says rain boots. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I've never in my life used rain boots, but I will be using them today. Well, drawing them today. Now, I'm going to be drawing simple little rain boots that I found on the internet. Again, nothing too crazy, nothing too complicated. I've never worn rain boots, again, like I said, so this should be pretty interesting. Now, again, I don't think these are the best ones, but you know what? It's okay. It'll do. It'll do for now. All right, and I see that they have a little top part, a little part here, and then I have this part here, so it's 2 rain boots. Now again, this is me just using my pencil, nothing special. And the other thing I'm going to be using to do my pointillism is a random pen I found around the house. All right, now let's finish this off here, just to cut that off and cut that off. All right, again, eraser, just fixing the mistakes that Miss G made. Yeah, that is good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the pen and I'm going to outline it one more time so get it nice and dark. Now with pointillism, the whole key is knowing where the shadow is and where it isn't, and how dark you want to do it and how light you want to do it. It really just depends on you. If you want to make it an area in the rainbow to be darker, you have to put more dots. If you want it to be really light, then you only put a few dots. Okay? So again, try not to smear the pen. Let's see, just outlining it so you guys can see. All right. Not the best. And again, I'm already smearing it. I have to follow what I say. There. All right, so one more thing. What about this? Okay. All right, so those are outline boots. Now with pointillism, I'm just going to show you right here on the side really quick. You're basically just going to be doing a lot of dots. You're going to get bored, but it's going to be a lot of dots. Now, again, if you want to make it where it's not as dark, you spread it out. If you want to make it really dark, then you scatter the dots in the center and it'll get darker. So this is kind of like the value scale that you guys did with charcoal pencil, except that you're not blending it. This essentially is the blending part, just adding more dots to a certain area. So just to show you how that looks. Again, if you want to make it darker, you add the more dots on the bottom, kind of like a little mini value scale. And this is just to show you guys, okay? Nothing too complicated. As I go higher, I just spread them out and it looks from dark to light. So right here, let's see if this is ready to do the little pointillism. Yeah, we're good. Just erasing the smudges. If it smudges, it's okay. For you guys, just do the doodle, outline it, and leave it for like maybe 5 minutes, and then you can erase the smudges. But since I'm recording, I cannot erase. I cannot wait for it. All right, so now I'm gonna get my pen and I'm going to start doing it. So I'm gonna do it right here in the back. Since this boot is technically next to it or behind this other boot, I'm gonna start off here. You are just gonna be doing a lot of dots. And just as a suggestion, I would suggest you do this in your room, in the sala, in the living room, somewhere where you could be by yourself, because you probably are going to be annoying people with the sounds. If you're silent enough, you can actually hear mine. So I'll just be doing this side of the boot. I want you guys just to stare at me and see this drawing, but this is good enough just so you guys can see. So again, as I'm getting higher in the area of the drawing, I'm spreading out my dots. But as I'm getting closer to the edges right here, I'm not spreading them, I'm actually placing them together to make it look a little bit closer. Now, typically in an art class, you learn this in the beginning of the year, but because I didn't want to teach you guys this specifically, I wanted you guys just to focus on value, I was gonna leave this technique for a rainy day, which today is a rainy day. All right, so now I'm gonna go up here. I'm gonna continue adding my little points, my little dots. As I get higher here, I'm going to be scattering them like I said. Now the next challenge, the next technique I will be teaching you guys is cross-hatching. And cross-hatch, obviously, in the name in itself, it's gonna make sense, but again, I'm getting ahead of myself. So I'm getting higher here, and I'm just gonna be doing the little dots on this side. Again, nothing too special. If you want to make this lighter, you could just kind of spread them out. You don't want it to look completely super dots and then just one area is completely white. Go. All right. Ooh. Oh, I thought there was a smudge. It's not. It's my dots. All right, right here, same thing. So right here, I'm gonna go a little bit darker. So I'm just gonna be placing a lot of dots in the center. And again, try not to place your dots in the same place. Try to scatter them, but make them dark enough where you could see it. Because if everything looks the same and there isn't really much of a difference from going from dark to light like it is here, see how I put a lot of dots here towards the end, and as I'm going higher up, I release it and I scatter them. So you could see it goes from dark to lighter. So I place it more here, you could see it more from dark to light. So that goes the same with this. Try to make your dark areas darker by adding more points. Try to make your light areas lighter by adding less points, but making sure they are scattered and not all placed in the same area. This is gonna take you some time. Do this at night. I know you guys are night owls now, as much as I am. 12 o'clock at night, listen to some music. YouTube still has that awesome hip hop beats music that I used to love playing for you guys during class. I will be also giving you guys my Spotify playlist. I know some of you guys really like my Spotify playlist too, so you guys can listen to that. Make sure you guys are always checking Google Classroom for the assignments. I know I said that I was going to just have you guys draw, but in your work packet, the last little square says free drawing. I would actually prefer you to do a reflection of your week and your drawings, of course. All right, starting to look nice. So I'm gonna leave this blank. Just leave this blank. If I want to add a little bit more stuff, maybe I want to shade it in here, just to see that I'm shading here. Very slight, nothing too much. All right. Now I'm gonna go on this boot and continue on. Again, I'm not going to finish both boots because that's going to take forever. But what I will do is just finish the right side. The right side is the hardest one. Looks like my pen is running out. It might seem so. Your hand is going to get tired, guys. And that is part of it. This is a lot easier if you guys have a small thin marker. This is, don't use a big thick one because then the dots are going to be really big and it won't look as nicely blended as it is with the smaller ones. Right here, I'm gonna add more dots right there. Not bad. I haven't done pointillism in a long time, guys, but it is very relaxing if you get into the flow. Since you guys are at home, hopefully, if you're taking care of your siblings, totally understandable. Maybe do this with them. As I'm teaching you guys could be teaching them. All right. So right here, since it's the lightest area of the boot, I'm actually just gonna very lightly just start from here and then just start adding more towards here. So you can see it's starting to look more blended. You could start to see more of the dark areas and the light areas. What we want. Again, stop if you need to and try to look at how your little drawing looks like. Remember, do not overdo it. Right here, I'm starting to overwork it a little bit. Here on the bottom, just like how I did up here, I'm going to do the same thing right here. Now originally I started doing pointillism in high school, which my 8th graders will be going to next year, and the drawing wasn't this big. It was actually a lot bigger, and it took us about maybe 2 weeks to complete an assignment, but it took forever. But in the end, the drawing came out really nice. Just like I tell you guys, sometimes be patient, work on it little by little. If your hand starts to hurt, take a small break and come back to it, but don't leave it undone. All right, so that's the side of the boot. Now, if you guys want to continue seeing me draw, I could do this side, but from here on out, I will be selling and I'll try to do the I will try to finish this up, but as of right now, this is it. This is your drawing. Remember, you get to choose which doodle you want to do. I chose day 2 for the rain boots. Do not forget that when you're doing pointillism, you start off very lightly, and if you want to darken it, you do the dots a lot closer to each other, and it'll eventually get darker. If you need to practice for a little bit on the side, just like I did in the beginning of the video, you could do that, going from dark to light. All right? Thank you so much, guys, for watching the video. Make sure to email me if you have any questions. Parents, if you're watching this, if you want to email me as well, I'm always willing to answer. I respond to my emails. It's cguillen@whittiercity.net. That is my school email, and I will respond to you as quickly as I can, which will be very quick. All right, thank you so much, guys. Bye.